So just over 3 years ago, the decision was made to separate the Co-op Bank from the wider Co-op Group and the General Insurance Company. Once that decision is made, we have to separate the IT systems, and that includes the applications, the batch and the data, to make sure each entity only took with it its own applications and its own data. In terms of scale, as you can imagine how these entities have been brought together over the years and how intertwined they have become. You can imagine that the applications have been used jointly for each of the different entities. You can imagine that the batches that interplay between the applications have been built up over time. And you can imagine how many thousands of terabytes of data there are interplay between the two organisations. We needed to separate all those things out. That is a huge undertaking to make sure you don't impact service on a day-to-day basis. So every day when there's a ready-to-trade meeting, we make sure that those elements that are needed are in play and are working, and the work we've done to separate them hasn't impacted those systems, hasn't impacted batch, and hasn't impacted the data that sits beneath those applications.
The scale of the programme involved, from a people perspective, on both sides, probably about 150 people in total. The budget was in excess of £20 million, and the timescales for the programme lasted over about an 18-month period.
One of the key things about that piece of work was working hand in glove with the bank, and we had truly a joint programme between the two organisations. So we ran a joint governance structure, and all decisions that we took throughout the programme were jointly made between the bank and the group, taking account of the interest and stake for each of those organisations. We provided a level of independence and objectivity. Whilst we were brought in by the Co-op Group, we operated on behalf of the Co-op Group and the Co-op Bank and provided a level of independence to decision making on behalf of both organisations. Over a 15-month period, we remediated 76 IT applications, shared applications between the group and the bank, and we did that approximately 1 month ahead of schedule and 37% under budget.
We spent a lot of time and effort getting the programme absolutely right and set up for success. We needed to make sure that we got the right people with the right skills to form a wider part of the team. Not everybody internally has got a high level of depth of knowledge and expertise necessary to deliver big, complicated projects and programmes. We approached Project One because we knew we didn't have those skills internally within our own capability. We needed to make sure we got the right people to deliver these difficult separation programmes. It's been very successful. It delivered on time and under budget, which I think is a great testament to the skills and capabilities of people we have working on this programme. We've managed to mitigate a lot of the risks. We're clear now that the bank have got the data that belongs to them. We're clear that the General Insurance Company have got the data that belongs to them. That's why we approached Project One. Project One, we found a slightly different to the most consultancies you come across. They don't try and come in and take over. They try to work with you as a client. They try to understand you as a client. That kind of makes it a little bit easier to work with Project One because you feel as though they're on board with what you're trying to do. We're both trying to achieve the same level of outcomes. We're trying to work together to make sure we deliver the right things.